This presentation is part of the Irvington Historical Society's Steeped in History series, covering commercial sites in Irvington. It was produced by the Irvington Historical Society as a part of the One State, One Story initiative, sponsored by Indiana Humanities. The Irvington Print Shop was located at 5241 East Washington Street. From the 1890s until 1945, the Hecker brothers played a central role in creating Irvington's place in history. They ran a print shop. Edward and Charles Hecker operated out of a small frame building located on a slight rise facing Washington Street, right next to George Thromeyer's mule barn for the Washington Street trolley. Edward J. Hecker was born in Dayton, Ohio in 1868. His younger brother was born in Miamisburg in 1873. They both learned the printing trade at the Miamisburg News while still in school. The brothers came to this city in 1888, where Edward married Miss Harriet Louise Human the following year. In 1893, the couple moved to Irvington while he was still teaching at the Indiana School for the Deaf in Indianapolis and doing printing on the side. Charles played the violin in the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra for a few years before joining his brother as a printer. By the end of the century, the brothers had landed a contract to print materials for Butler College, including the student newspaper, the Butler Collegian. Edward began to write a column of wit and verses for the Indianapolis News. He was also responsible for a number of classic Irvington publications, including Just Irvington, which came out in 1913, as well as two operettas and a 1915 pageant entitled Indiana, which was presented in Ellenberger Park. Hecker partnered with his fellow Irvingtonian, Ken Hubbard, to create the hilarious scorecards for the Veterans versus the Pioneers ball game, which roasted the local businessmen who paid to advertise in the program, or not. Edward became active in Marion County Republican Party politics and was a founding member of the Irvington Republican Club. He was appointed to the Indianapolis Mayor's Advisory Board in 1911 and was an unsuccessful candidate for the Indiana General Assembly in 1912 and 1916. He also ran unsuccessfully for the U.S. Congress in 1934. After his death in 1945, Craftsman Press printers took over the operation of the Irvington Print Shop for 10 years. At the time of his death, the Irvington Print Shop was one of the community's oldest business establishments, operating under the same ownership and operating longer than any other printer in Indianapolis. The Irvington Print Shop was demolished in the mid-1950s to allow for the expansion of a wake-up gas station to the east. By the 1960s, the site had become a used car lot. This presentation is a part of the Steeped in Irvington History series produced by the Irvington Historical Society and the Bona Thompson Center in cooperation with the Indiana Humanities One State, One Story initiative. We hope that you have enjoyed this glimpse into Irvington history and will consider supporting the Irvington Historical Society by becoming a member. Check out our website at irvingtonhistorical.info.